Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we begin, a quick reminder that nothing in this video should be taken as financial advice. This content is shared strictly for informational and educational purposes. Always do your own research and speak with a qualified professional before making any investment decisions. Now with that said, take a breath and really focus, because something important has been developing quietly in the background of the global financial system. For years, people have talked, debated, and speculated about Iraq's currency and whether meaningful reform would ever truly happen. Most of those conversations stayed stuck in theory. But lately, the tone has changed. The discussion isn't just about what could happen anymore. It's about what appears to be actively taking shape. Across financial communities, attention has once again turned toward Iraq. After decades of instability, sanctions, and rebuilding, the country has been working to reposition itself economically. And with that effort comes a renewed focus on strengthening its monetary system and restoring confidence in its national currency. For a long time, observers monitored every signal coming out of Baghdad. Policy updates, central bank announcements, and fiscal reforms were studied closely, but progress often felt slow and uncertain. Now, however, the environment feels different. Instead of isolated statements, we're seeing coordinated moves, changes that suggest planning rather than speculation. International institutions have also stepped more visibly into the picture. Cooperation with organizations like the International Monetary Fund and the United States Treasury indicates that Iraq isn't operating alone. Large-scale monetary reform requires oversight, guidance, and credibility, and partnerships like these tend to signal that deeper structural adjustments are underway. At the center of the conversation is the long-discussed concept of currency reform. You may have heard the phrase removal of 3 zeros, or redenomination. In simple terms, this process is designed to make a currency easier to use in everyday life. When prices and salaries involve extremely large numbers, accounting becomes complicated and inefficient. Redenomination simplifies the system, making transactions clearer for citizens, businesses, and foreign investors alike. Historically, many countries that went through economic transitions adopted similar strategies. It doesn't automatically mean a currency suddenly becomes stronger overnight, but it can create the foundation for stability and trust. And trust is everything when it comes to money. Without confidence, even the strongest economies struggle. With confidence, even recovering nations can attract investment and growth. Adding to the global interest, occasional political commentary from figures such as Donald Trump has stirred debate about Iraq's future economic potential. Whether you agree with those perspectives or not, the simple fact that major political voices are discussing Iraq's financial trajectory shows how much international attention the country is receiving. Markets tend to react not only to policy, but also to perception. Beyond currency mechanics, Iraq's broader economic picture is also evolving. For decades, oil dominated nearly every aspect of government revenue. While energy remains a critical resource, relying on one sector creates vulnerability. Recently, policymakers have emphasized diversification, expanding agriculture, rebuilding infrastructure, improving transportation networks, and encouraging technology and private business development. These steps matter because a stable currency needs a stable economy behind it. Foreign investors want transparency. Businesses want predictable regulations. Citizens want jobs and purchasing power. When those elements begin aligning, the monetary system has a much stronger foundation to stand on. There's also been significant focus on modernizing the banking system. Digital payments, electronic transfers, and improved compliance standards are gradually replacing outdated cash-heavy processes. This kind of modernization reduces fraud, improves efficiency, and makes it easier for the country to integrate with international financial markets. In today's world, a strong banking infrastructure is just as important as physical resources. For everyday people inside Iraq, these reforms could mean simpler daily life. Smaller denominations, easier pricing, and smoother transactions can reduce confusion and restore a sense of normalcy. Imagine buying groceries or paying bills without dealing with stacks of high-value notes. That practicality may sound small, but it plays a big role in public confidence. Outside the country, investors and observers continue to watch carefully. Some are curious about how exchange procedures might work. Others are simply trying to understand the broader implications for regional trade. If Iraq strengthens its financial standing, neighboring economies could benefit as well. Trade routes may expand, partnerships could deepen, and new markets might open. Of course, it's important to stay grounded. Major monetary transitions are rarely instant. They take time, coordination, and patience. Governments must manage liquidity, control inflation, and communicate clearly with the public. Sudden changes can create volatility, which is why responsible implementation usually happens step by step rather than all at once. That's why experts consistently emphasize preparation over excitement. Staying informed, following official sources, and avoiding rumors is far more productive than chasing speculation. Real economic progress tends to be methodical, not dramatic. What makes this moment feel significant is the convergence of several factors happening together: political visibility, institutional cooperation, banking modernization, and economic diversification. When these elements move in the same direction, they create momentum. And momentum is often what signals genuine change. Whether you personally hold Iraqi Dinar or you simply follow global economics out of curiosity, the story unfolding here is worth paying attention to. It represents more than just one currency. It reflects how nations rebuild, reform, and reintegrate into the world after years of hardship. Watching that process in real time offers valuable lessons about resilience and long-term planning. As always, the smartest approach is to stay calm and informed. Avoid hype. Focus on facts. Monitor official updates. And remember that meaningful financial reform is a marathon, not a sprint. Thank you for spending your time here today and being part of this discussion. We'll continue tracking developments, breaking things down clearly, and separating information from speculation so you can stay educated without the noise. If you found this helpful, stick around for the next update, and we'll keep following the story together as it unfolds.